Coming up next, hear from the two candidates who want to be Cass County's top cop.
Plus, we hear from the family of the man stabbed to death near the Red River.
And more politics as we hear from both sides of Measure 1 in North Dakota. Valley News Live at 6 starts right now.
This is Valley News Live at 6.
It was the incumbent going against the challenger. For 2 hours, Cass County Sheriff Jesse Johnner went head-to-head with Deputy Matt King.
The two debated on a variety of issues impacting the Sheriff's Department directly, as well as crime in our area. To break it down, we have Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Bailey Hurley live in studio with more. Bailey?
Mike, Stacy, the conversation went back to one main issue within the department when Deputy Matt King had the floor. He says retention of deputies and morale, as well as why he decided to run for the county's top cop spot, comes down to the lack of communication within the office, saying if elected next Tuesday, he vows to be as transparent as possible with both the public and his deputies to ensure no one is excluded or left with questions. Meanwhile, current Cass County Sheriff Jesse Johnner says communication is already transparent and efficient within his office, but does admit there's always room for growth and improvement. He says if re-elected, he vows to continue to be transparent with both his staff and those in Cass County, and also stressed he will continue his aggressive efforts to recruit more deputies into Cass County to keep the community safe from what he says is an uptick in violent crimes with firearms, as well as both drug trafficking and drug use in the county. Now, when asked what both the sheriff and Deputy King will do if the other is elected, both stated the sheriff's office will be down yet another employee. Take a listen.
And get a little bit emotional because I care about this community and this organization. Like, I think that I would probably start looking at leaving. I don't think that I would end up working here anymore.
I would not continue to work there. I'd be concerned about, leadership and some things that I mentioned, some of the stress things, and being able to work through critical incidents and the knowledge that he has to do that, and the safety of our staff.
Now, coming up tonight on Valley News Live at 10, I'll break down where both candidates stand on the potential of marijuana being legalized next week, crime rates in our area, as well as the issues currently plaguing the Cass County Jail. Mike, Stacy.
All right, thanks so much, Bailey.
Today's debate aired on 970 WDAY AM radio. It was quite a bit chillier than we've been used to of late. With more on that, let's throw it over to our chief meteorologist, Hutch Johnson. Hutch?
Mike, thanks so much. A beautiful setting sun, crystal clear skies as we have the North Dakota deer opener today. Here's that hunting outlook for the morning if you're heading back out, whether it's in North Dakota or for the Minnesota opener. We'll have chilly morning temperatures. Here's what we're expecting: a chance for some teens in southeast North Dakota and the southern Red River Valley. The rest of us low to mid 20s. Not much wind, and it should remain clear for skies out there. Good luck and be safe. Oh, I see him right there. Wait, where'd he go? Matt, you know what? That's how it goes. Good luck to all of you. And again, midday temperatures rising to near 40 degrees. It's in the afternoon where we have some changes, including some passing showers of rain in the forecast. We'll go over that in detail here in just a minute. But in Fargo tonight, temperatures will be chilly, sneaking down into the mid 20s by the time we get to the deep overnight. Not much in the way of clouds or wind. First alert weather day has been issued for next Wednesday. We've been talking about an unsettled pattern. Wednesday looks to be the most impactful day. And the good news is we could see some beneficial moisture out of the system as it works its way through on Wednesday. And that could assist in the drought. But some of us may see some flakes of snow. Others may have rain and maybe even a rumble of thunder with this system. I'll have hour-by-hour details coming up here straight ahead in a few minutes.
A little moisture would be okay.
Yes.
All right, thanks.
Like Hutch said, you'll be seeing a lot of blaze orange and in near the fields and woods over the next few weeks. North Dakota opened its deer hunting season today. Minnesota starts tomorrow. Outdoors experts remind hunters to know where other members of your hunting party are and to know your target. They also say to stay away from alcohol. In some areas, you are allowed to hunt in state parks, so you'd be smart to wear bright colored clothing in places like that, even if you're not hunting.
Investigators from Otter Tail County say a motorcyclist was found dead this morning in the same area where deputies were chasing a motorcycle last night. Deputies noticed the motorcycle speeding on I-94 near Highway 59 around 8:30 and the chase began. Officers lost the motorcycle when it turned south on County Highway 88 toward Fergus Falls and then called the chase off shortly after. Someone reported a motorcycle crash at County Highway 88 and 180th Avenue, where officers found a man dead at the scene around 8 this morning. His name has not been released, but investigators do say that he's a 34-year-old from Hazen, North Dakota.
The father of the man found murdered near the Red River in Fargo last weekend is opening up tonight. He's from Detroit Lakes, but was in Fargo today to pick up Philip Bergquist's ashes and for the arraignment of the 3 men charged in connection to his death. He tells us Bergquist was fighting a battle with drug and alcohol addiction, but he was working to better his life. He was a brother, a son, and father to a 10-year-old boy, and his father says he certainly didn't deserve what happened to him.
And of course I would tell him that I love him. That's the last words he had to me last time I talked to him.
Tonight on Valley News Live at 10, we'll bring you the full story and why Paul is urging you to never give up on your loved ones.
In a related story, the 3 men arrested in connection to Bergquist's murder have formally been charged. George Ortiz has been charged with murder, Joseph Poiter with accomplice to murder, and David Ramirez with tampering with evidence. Authorities say Ortiz repeatedly stabbed Bergquist with a knife while Poitra held Bergquist down. Ramirez Jr. is accused of disposing bloody clothing after the attack. Now, police say the 4 men knew each other. Court documents also state that Bergquist was a witness to a stabbing that happened outside the 13th Avenue Walmart in Fargo. This took place back in April of this year. Poiter was charged with aggravated assault in that case.
You can now view a database of all missing persons in North Dakota. There are 114 of them in the state right now. The Attorney General's office launched that website today. You can find the link on valleynewslive.com. Just click this story. You can get detailed information about anyone reported missing to law enforcement. Attorney General Drew Wrigley says the site was formed with the hopes of getting new leads.
Next Tuesday, North Dakotans will decide on term limits. Measure number 1 will determine if state officials can be in office for longer than 8 years. Now, supporters of the measure say it will encourage citizens to get involved and educate themselves with government across the state. However, others who oppose the measure say that an even balance of new members and older experienced members is what's needed to run things smoothly.
You have a very small number who serve 20, 30, even 40 years. And they tend to cycle through leadership positions, and essentially a very small group of people has almost all the political power.
We need a good mix of longer tenured individuals along with new individuals bring new ideas. That naturally happens. The voters can decide if they want to keep this individual in or not.
Election Day is November 8th, just 4 days away now. We have all the information you need to know ahead of time. Just visit valleynewslive.com or your free VNL News app and click on our election homepage.
Stick around later on Valley News Live at 6. A Minnesota nurse's emotional recounts of working in a hospital during COVID have turned into a book. You'll hear from her.
And we have crystal clear skies here in the valley and not much in the way of anything apparently as far as weather goes right now, but that is going to change. This is going to be filled with all kinds of weather. Join me. Your forecast is coming up right after this break.
This is Valley News Live.